People are screaming on the floor. Did someone just win? No, this isn't a celebration. A car has plowed straight into a building. There are children everywhere. Behind the wheel is Marshella Chidester, and in that moment, she realizes she is responsible for the deaths of 8-year-old Alana Phillips and 4-year-old Zayn Phillips. "Please God, in the name of Jesus," someone cries into the phone, dialing 911. "We're at Swan Boat Club in Newport. An explosion, a car drove straight through the building." But how did a cheerful children's birthday party turn into unspeakable tragedy? Was this a freak accident or something far more sinister? Marshella herself insists she remembers nothing. "So you woke up in the police car?" detectives ask. "Yeah," she replies calmly. "And before that?" "I don't recall anything at all." But soon investigators would uncover a horrifying truth. It was April 20th, 2024, and inside the Monroe County Swan Boat Club, children were celebrating a birthday. The room was filled with laughter, games, balloons, and gifts. Nothing seemed unusual until devastation struck. When first responders arrived, chaos was everywhere. People were trapped under debris. Others had already been rushed to nearby hospitals. Family members screamed and clung to each other, desperate for answers. The cause? A car, driven by Marshella Chidester, which suddenly accelerated across a parking lot and slammed into the boat club's pavilion. One witness cried out in disbelief, "No, this is a dream. Please wake me up. Please, I'm begging you. Wake me up." But this was no dream. Among the injured were children, and some would never return home. The driver, Marshella, was treated for minor injuries. But as police quickly realized, she wasn't just another victim. She was under arrest. The question now was clear. What really caused this crash? Was it a tragic mechanical failure or Marshella's choices? Alana and Zayn were like any other kids, just 8 and 4 years old, full of life, loved deeply by their family. They came to a party that promised joy and laughter. Instead, they never made it home. When detectives questioned Marshella, she appeared calm. She admitted to having lunch earlier that day, chili and a fish sandwich, along with just 1 glass of wine. But police weren't convinced. On the scene, she had already blown over the legal limit. Still, Marshella tried to downplay it. 0 being sober, 10 being passed out drunk. "Where are you right now?" an officer asked. 7, she admitted. "Would you drive in that condition?" "No, I wouldn't want to." The more she spoke, the more her story began to crumble. Detectives pressed her. "1 glass of wine doesn't do this. 2 don't. 3 don't. 4 don't. Even 6 glasses might not." "So, how much did you really drink?" Marshella insisted. "Just 1 glass." But surveillance footage told another story. She had left lunch hours later than she claimed. The breathalyzer confirmed her blood alcohol level was far above the limit. Her excuses weren't adding up. Finally, detectives put it bluntly. "You're either lying or you're sorry." Which Marshella are we talking to? But she stuck to her denial. "I don't recall anything prior to waking up in the patrol car." Frustrated, detectives tried one last move. They showed her photos of the children who had been struck, hoping guilt would break through. But Marshella remained evasive. In the end, the evidence spoke louder than she ever did. She was charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of operating while intoxicated, causing death, 5 counts of operating while intoxicated, causing serious injury. Marshella's blood alcohol level was more than double the legal limit. At sentencing, parents of the victims delivered words that shook the courtroom. "Instead of celebrating his 5th birthday, we buried him." Marshella Chidester was sentenced to 20 to 50 years in prison. But for Alana and Zayn's family, no sentence will ever undo the pain. What should have been a day of cake, laughter, and joy became a lifelong nightmare, all because of one decision: to drink and drive.